Hey everyone, I'm Bloomin Birdie, but you can just call me Birdie. Today I'm going to be reacting to a Whatever Clips channel video featuring Rachel Wilson, and we'll find out if women have no rights. I'm curious about this. All right, let's get started.
Still want to hear what women's rights were lacking.
Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you to whoever bought. Looks like somebody just bought a hoodie. Thank you.
What was it?
How we were saying that it's just the way that women are, like, it's accepted for them to be talked about and treated in society is not fair. I don't think it was about, like, rights as much as it was the conversation and the verbiage and stuff.
You talk to me mean, so therefore I am oppressed. Oh my goodness. Also, who is going out into the world and just automatically being talked to mean, especially in the US? As a woman, I don't think that I have encountered that.
That's being used by these politicians, people of power around women.
But a lot of people use that same verbiage about men. So Sabrina Carpenter, at her concert with thousands and thousands of people, telling the crowd to cheer along with her and call men useless, stupid, you know, that whole thing, that's okay.
I think that is so different than, like, being okay with, like, I feel like women are, let me think of my words. Like, when men are talking about, like, sexually assaulting women or, like, objectifying.
Yes, men, when you are gathered together in your man groups, those conversations that you're having about essaying people, those are so bad, because I know that happens so often. Who is actually doing that? There is no good men in general, and most men are good men, who are literally gathering together and being like, yeah, I totally essayed this person, and high-fiving each other. If anything, real men would probably beat the shit out of the other dude. It's not, that is not a thing at all. At all. Also, I could tell you more women in a group start talking about, I don't even know, awful things about men when they're in a group. So exactly how is it men that are the problem here? And I'm still confused where my rights are gone. Apparently I have no rights.
Their bodies and stuff like that, I don't think that's a fair way to talk. But if they wanted to go and say, like, women suck, I hate women, that's one thing. But when it becomes something that could turn into a physical component, I think that's where, like, the line is.
Why is the premise, though, that this is within the context of non-consent?
Because that's what I thought, that at least, I don't know much about any of the protests, but at least back in 2016 when there was that women's march, I thought that was because of...
That was not a women's march. That was literally a protest for let's kill babies. Like, that had nothing to do with women. And this argument that abortion is women's rights is utterly retarded. Killing another person is not allowed in any other setting. But apparently, if it's in the womb, it's okay. That march was not about women's rights. Also, I bet you couldn't even ask any women to explain what rights they were fighting for aside from abortion. I remember myself being told so many times that I was not a real woman because I didn't say anything about the march or participate in the march because I don't agree with abortion. I think that it's wrong. I do not in any way, shape, or form think that there were any women actually there that were, I'm being so oppressed. I literally have no rights. I'm literally chained. I'm chained to the oven. I can't do anything. That's really where I am right now. I am literally chained to the oven. I don't even know how I'm streaming. It's really probably magic. I mean, come on. In 2026, what rights do I not have that any other man has? I can't think of a single one. I cannot think of a right that I don't have as a woman that a man has. I can think of rights that we probably shouldn't have anymore because, holy crap, look at half of these women. It's astonishing the level of which they think or feel that this is how it is. But when reality is brought to them, that how dare you tell me the truth? It's stupid. It's stupid.
Trump saying.
Really quick, I have something on this. Nathan, can you pull up my personal Instagram, Brian Atlas? And then there's a post that I did. I think it's like either the most recent or the one below it. It's a woman wearing a T-shirt, Lily Reinhart. She has 24 million followers on Instagram. She's like a B tier, C tier actress. Do you have it, Nathan? On what? My personal ex. It should be, if you just scroll down, it should be like the most recent or second most recent post. I just want to get your guys' perspective on that.
Brian's worker over here is like, what is X? What do you mean? Am I working? What?
So click on the photo, actually. So she has a...
Yeah, I support a man's right to shut the F up. Really? Really? Come on. Like, if any woman wore that, totally fine. Doesn't have to be a celebrity. Doesn't have to be a musician. Doesn't have to be really anyone famous. It wouldn't be an issue. If anything, in our society today, women would see that and be like, oh, girl, you're so right. I can't even tell you how many men just, they're so bad. If a man wore a shirt like that, that said, I support a woman's right to shut the fuck up, oh, you best believe that women would be up in arms, celebrity or not. You see it all the time right now with people wearing anything, whether politically or anime, anything. If somebody doesn't like it, instantly you're going to be probably doxxed. You're probably going to be called all of the names in the book, Nazi, any of those kind of things. It's a complete double standard. There is absolutely no equal. At this point, it's not women who are not equal. It's men who are not equal. We can do all of this. Wear the shirt. No consequences. Man wears the shirt, all the consequences. And it's not even about clothing. They could literally just say something. I told my wife to do this, or I told my girlfriend to do this, and that's somehow emotional abuse. And I say it that way because I don't know YouTube enough with streaming and making videos if that word is okay. But for the moment, we're going to say it that way. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
Shirt that says, I support a man's right to shut the fuck up. And then I wrote, if a male actor wore a shirt like this about women, he'd be dropped by his agency, talent agency, and banished from Hollywood, not to mention backlash from the public, journalists, media, etc. She's got 24 million followers on Instagram. She's not a nobody.
Yeah.
So what do you think of her t-shirt, first of all? Is that wrong?
100%. No, it's not. She's going to say, I totally think that it is her right to express what she feels is okay. 100% guarantee if it was switched, she would be so offended. So offended. Probably need a safe space.
I don't think it's wrong. I do agree that's like if a man wore
Wait,
that.
you don't?
I don't. I think everyone is entitled to their own opinion. She can think whatever she wants, but I do.
Girls do it.
See, I don't think it's right, but she's entitled to her own opinion. Again, it would not be okay the other way around. Absolutely not. You can already see, like, look at how red she's getting. She's so uncomfortable because she knows that she doesn't care. She doesn't care at all, but she doesn't want to be like called out on the internet.
It's cute, but
No,
when
but-
boys do it, it's grapey.
See, that is what other people. If a man wore that shirt, I would be like, damn, that's kind of crazy. But like society would probably be a lot more upset about that. But me personally, I'm not going to see a man wearing that shirt and throw an outrage about it.
So what is it that men are doing to women that you think requires marching?
I've never marched, but
Okay, what are you?
Obviously, all the things. Don't you know how oppressed we are? My goodness. I mean, I literally have a sandwich quota every day. Come on. Like, everyone needs to just make sandwiches. It probably would make everybody happier. Just go in the kitchen, make a sandwich. In fact, just chain all the women up because we don't have rights. We actually don't. No. This is so stupid. It's so stupid because, again, what right are any of these women like not acquiring? Can they go and get a job? Yes, they could do that 100, 200 years ago. Can they have a bank account? Yes. Can they buy a house? Yes. Can I don't even know. Can they buy a car? Can you vote? Can you the list goes on and on and on. There's literally nothing. Although at this point, again, maybe we should start lowering. Maybe we can make it like a lottery. Like, you only get these rights unless you win the lottery. Good grief. It's so sad. It's so depressing as a woman to see some of these women's remarks because this is what society pushes. And it's just so sad to see it.
What do you think men are doing to us that requires us marching in the streets?
I feel like there's too many things to even name.
Okay, give me one.
Okay.
There's so many. There's so many things. So many things. So many. I'm truly oppressed. I'm it's so sad for women. It's so sad for us. Oh, the list is so long. I can't even think of one thing. Oh, how sad.
List.
Okay.
List.
There's comments about women 24/7.
Okay, but women make comments about men 24/7.
that's- Okay.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
I would say then
Here,
SA.
well, let's list it. So,
Women
okay,
can do that too.
so like misogynistic comments.
Yes.
Okay, so they're SA.
Yes.
You said mean things to me. Therefore, I have no rights. That seems completely logical. Obviously. How did I miss it? So, how does it work if women say mean things to you as another woman? Does that mean I have no rights too? Because I'm going to say that in my life, I think I've had more women say mean things to me than I have ever had a man say to me. I think we should investigate this. Yes. Yes. I think that maybe it's actually women's fault. I think we're onto something.
Okay. What else?
Just feel like not just sexist comments, but sexual comments,
So,
like very
like catcalling?
derogatory,
Oh,
Like,
okay.
just like overly derogatory.
But women do that
language.
too. Like a woman's
Yeah, exactly. All of these people want to use these examples of men that I cannot believe that this group of guys was talking about this girl and oh my gosh, we're so oppressed. Girl, come on. Being in a group of girls, you guys say worse things. And I know this because I am a girl. I have literally been in a group hearing some of the things. It is both ways. Both ways.
very capable of essaying a man the same
Yeah.
way a man can do that to a woman. But
I-
also, best believe
I've
I see
dealt
a
with
good
essay by
looking
men and
male
women.
walk
Hold
by.
Wait. Let her finish. Go ahead.
But you think women don't catcall either? I hang out with my girlfriends and I see a good looking guy. I'm like, look at, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So girls do it too. Maybe men are more open and more doggish if you want to.
No, I don't think that it's because we're more, or that men are more open. I think that it has to do with just the way society views it. Nobody cares if women do it. You can see there's clips on the internet of, women going out and they can do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want to all these guys at the bar, at the club, wherever they're at. But men can't. And if they do, now they're videoed, they're recorded, they're doxxed again, they're shamed for even approaching. And this is why most men now aren't even approaching women, because they're instantly going to be, oh, they're sexist, they're misogynistic, they're, oh, I can't believe how awful they are, because they literally talk to me and they expect all of this from me, when that's not the case.
I say that and I can't agree to that, but everything you're stating goes both ways.
It sounds like
difference-
policing speech is what I hear.
I do agree that it goes both ways. I think there's just major differences. I think that men do it a lot more, and
Or is it just not as reported?
But even in experiences
Because
of
men
me
don't speak up often, respectfully.
Men are not going
It
to
is-
report it if
it
a
is
woman
true
if a
that-
woman gives a man like a shoulder rub he didn't ask for, he's not going to go to HR and report it.
I don't
difference
believe in
there
that
is-
either. I
is
do
what?
not think that a man should be touched in a way that he does not want to be touched. I do not think that consent goes both ways. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, consent goes both ways, but in our modern society, nobody seems to care about the men. It's always the women. It's always like the example here. Most men aren't going to probably report it because that means going and talking to HR, which they already don't want to do. Most men despise HR because it's just like a sit down and let's talk about your feelings. Come on. The men don't want to do that. They want to fix a problem, and that's it. They see the problem, they want to fix the problem, do their job, get it done, end of day. They don't want all the little extra bullshit that is going to be along with it. It's us as women who literally want all of this extra fluff. we want somebody to talk to. I have a problem. I need to talk it out. Then I'll feel better. And that's totally fine as a woman. Go to your friends, go to your, spouse, something, talk about your problem, get it over with. But it's not what the workplace is for. Men are not going to work to be like, oh man, Susie Jane touched my shoulders the other day and I didn't appreciate it. I should probably go talk to HR. All of the other dudes are going to be like, Carl, that's gay. Just get over it. Do your job and go home. They don't care. They just want it to be done. Does that mean that it's right? Absolutely not. It is not right for women to take advantage of men that way at all or in any way. But this is, again, the difference between men and women. It just is.
Have you guys ever seen there's like a video compilation that's always circulating online of Justin Bieber when he was young, like before he turned 18, all the different actresses
Yes.
and people touching him, making sexual
It was
comments
gross.
about him. Yeah, like it happens quite a bit to
And
men too, and we just give women a pass on
I
it.
feel like
Well, and it
What's
depends
actually
if
really interesting about that, Rachel, is that while there, and many of these clips have kind of resurfaced more recently, in the moment there was pretty much no backlash. But if you reverse the genders, if you do a gender swap,
There's backlash, but it's not, nothing's done about it. There's a lot of people, especially more recently, who are seeing the evil, especially if we're going to take Bieber as an example, who see this inappropriate stuff and saw it back then and thought it was okay. But Hollywood and all of this was like, oh no, it's totally fine. But, clips resurface, all of this stuff comes out, and people start to question, like, what are they doing? And don't get me wrong, pretty sure that all of the celebrities, well, maybe not all, most celebrities and higher ups, yeah, is probably some evil shit happening. But nobody does anything about it. That's the difference. You can acknowledge it, and lots of people acknowledge it, but there's no accountability at all. The only accountability usually comes from the little guy. The actor who speaks out in a conservative way, they get criticized and blacklisted. Or the actress who says that everyone in Hollywood is misogynistic and essays and blah, blah, blah. They're praised for it, but no one actually does anything about stopping the problem. You can see it with our own politicians. Nobody's held accountable. It's only the little guy who gets held accountable.
these people, if it was a man doing that to a girl,
Oh my gosh.
they
Be in jail.
career over. But there's really not, when you gender swap these situations, there's not the outrage, there's not the losing the job, there's not the getting dropped from talent agency thing. It's like acceptable to be anti-male or say negative things about men, et cetera, et cetera. So
Yep.
Well,
I
and you
will
were saying,
say, no, you can talk.
so in your HR example with somebody getting the shoulder rub, depends on if she thinks he's attractive or not.
Yes.
If
If
a woman that is creeped out by a guy because he's gross or a loser or unattractive to her,
Look at it years ago when the 50 Shades, all of that came out. Women everywhere are like, oh my gosh, such a fantasy. It's amazing. All of this. The only reason that they think it's great is because he was a rich dude and attractive. If it was a poor dude and unattractive, or they thought he was unattractive, it would instantly turn to stalking, harassment, evil, misogynistic. Like yeah, there is unequal standards in women's standards that don't make any sense.
she's going to be like, oh, sexual harassment. But if it's somebody that she's like, oh, let's go on a date, you know,
Yeah, if
give
it's
me
the
more of
boss
that.
and he's rich and hot, she might let him grab her by the
Oh, really quick, we do have a TTS coming in here. Let me just let this through from Cha. One moment here. It's coming in right now. Thank you, Cha. Appreciate it. Thank you guys who bought the merch. Thank you, Cha.
Shaw XD donated $200. The fact that a girl who does findom as a job while talking about how she participates in protests is a vile irony. You're a monster and you're preying on vulnerable men who desperately need help.
Quick, you have a response?
Yeah. Whatever you want to do in the bedroom, that's your business. But to participate in this and then turn around and be like, men are evil. No. It's a double standard.
To that. And then we have one more chat coming in.
How does they know he needs help? Like, why are they just assuming all
That's
of
not normal.
But it is for
very
some people. Some people have some.
It's
It's an
dysfunctional.
addiction. It is like gambling or it's like addictive
Well, then
drinking.
why is that her
It's a
problem?
drug. That
Yeah,
is
why is
true.
it
She's
my
enabling it.
If a man was enabling that kind of if a man had a girlfriend who was a little not all there upstairs, right? She has some mental problems.
Well, I mean, most modern women, if we really were going to get into it, do we really think that most of them have everything upstairs? Not me, of course. No. I am completely sane. Might be a bird brain, but that doesn't mean I'm insane. I might have my moments because I am a woman. Like, we are all a little crazy. You have to give it that. We're all a little crazy, but there are the extra crazy ones. Those do exist. And I think most women usually recognize the extra crazy ones. Yeah.
And he's, telling her to pretend to be a dog and sleep in a dog bed at the end of the bed, and telling her she's a coat rack and hanging her coats on him or his coats on her and things like that. You'd be outraged. You'd say he's abusing her. That's awful.
I wouldn't say that. I think as long as it's two consenting adults, I don't think it's any different. I think someone's mental health, if they obviously if they have a mental health issue, family around them's going to know. They're going to try getting them help. That's not on her.
So if women consent to being treated badly by a man, you're
fine.
cool with it.
Yeah, if they're sitting like BDSM, if a woman's sitting there saying, I want you to smack the shit out of me while we're having sex, that is consent, and that's fine. I don't think there's any issue with that as long as it's
People
two
have
consenting
kinks. People have kinks. Yeah.
But are there...
This has nothing to do with women's rights, though, whatsoever. All of this, again, if it's consensual, then she has the right to consent. If it's non-consensual, then it's not what they're talking about. That would be SA or abuse. So this literally has nothing to do with women's rights.
Are there ever instances where even if consent exists, does it go beyond consent?
These people that are in these relationships like that have fin-dom relationships or anything like that, they have safe words. There's a lot of communication. I've never been in one, never known anyone in one, but from my understanding there is consent and many conversations and safe words, and it's just
I'd like to speak on that because I actually did FinDom for 3 months, and I don't know your experience, but in my experience, it felt that I had to really discern things, and I ended up leaving because in every experience it became unethical, and there were men who would, hey, I'm gonna give you my kid's graduation money, and other women online would accept that and think, well, that's my job and that's okay, but that's the responsibility of you as the business owner.
And that's where we would call them a simp. Yeah. If you are doing unethical things in a consensual agreement, then regardless of male or female, that's just shitty. Like, you shouldn't do that. It's pretty straightforward. I feel like a lot of this is pretty straightforward. Don't be a dick. Don't be a bitch. Don't say men suck and women are amazing if you kind of suck. I mean, it's just kind of the truth.
Or like, if you go, like, a lot of people don't like McDonald's because of how McDonald's, what they put in their food and all that. So in that same way, right, it is up to that business owner. Like, you wouldn't go to McDonald's if you didn't think that.
How does McDonald's have anything to do with my rights? Yes, McDonald's is anti-women. Did you know that? I get she's trying to make an example, but like, you should probably stick to the topic, because that it just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Their policies are great, you wouldn't go there, right? And they are feeding off sick people.
Might I ask, that you raise a good point. Might I ask, I guess the question was, does anything go beyond consent? So for example, even within the purview of BDSM, are there some acts that you feel like even if you give consent and even if you are of sound mind, that's too far? Like, for example, sometimes there's instances where, you know, you'd agree that BDSM typically can involve physical pain.
Yes. Yeah.
Now,
I
what
think that's
about
gonna be a part of it.
what about this scars? Something that will leave a scar. Can you consent to that?
I think if you're a child, no. But if you're an adult and
Well,
you're
hold on. Yes, we're talking about adults.
Yes.
But so, how far does that go, though? So, what if, okay, a scar?
Rachel looks really uncomfortable with this topic. And I don't disagree in the fact that, like, she initially asked, what rights do women not have? And all of a sudden we've spun into this topic that really has nothing to do with women's rights. Because again, if you are giving consent, regardless of what is happening, and you consent to it, then there's no rights being taken away. I know it's crazy. I know. You can still, you give a consent. It's consensual. That's just bottom line. I don't know how this has anything to do with women's rights.
Maybe not so bad. What about breaking a pinky bone? Can you consent to that? That wouldn't, it would heal, I guess, maybe.
I've never thought of it that really.
But let's say a woman did have a kink where she wants just her pinky bone to be broken.
Yeah.
Can she consent to that?
I mean,
yeah. She's kind of a psycho if she wants that, but like, you do you, I guess. Is that really someone's like go-to, like, oh yeah, break my finger? Okay.
I guess. I don't really know, but I think so. I think she could consent to that.
How far can we go? The whole hand smashed with a hammer. Now, she
Hear me out. Your whole body hit by a truck. What say you? Oh my gosh. This is like, there was a story years ago. I think it was in Canada, where there was a lady who believed that she was disabled, but she wasn't disabled. She just believed that she was meant to be disabled. And she went to the eye doctor and she told the eye doctor that she wanted to be blind because she always felt like she should be blind. And the eye doctor, of course, looked at her like she's a crazy person and was like, I'm not going to make you blind. Like, that is unethical. And she got super mad, went home, poured bleach on her eyes, and became blind. That is crazy people behavior. That is crazy people behavior. Again, his whole like argument here, it's still crazy people. Crazy people, I mean, normal people don't be like, oh yeah, break my hand, hit me with the truck, set me on fire. No, that is unhinged behavior. And you shouldn't do those things. And you shouldn't do those things to other people. And I mean, you could probably argue on like a legal thing that they could still, even if they gave consent, if the harm was great enough, that the other person might still be liable for like inflicting the harm. I'm not 100% sure on how that would work, but you're still consenting. So like, are we going to get back to rights? I really am interested to know what rights I don't have. I mean, this girl also, she looks very upset. She has very angry face, unless she sadly suffers from RBF, and that it's just inherited. So if she does suffer from it, then sad for her. But otherwise, let's get back.
Maybe she has it, it could cause permanent damage, maybe not, but can she consent to it?
I mean, I'm, like I said, never been in a relationship like that. Never really put much mind to BDSM relationships. But I think if something is being done that could possibly cause irreparable damage, then that's where the line should be drawn.
Well, what about a scar, though?
I mean,
but some people want to be cut.
That's what I'm saying. That's not like a physical, like, that's not going to mess up their life if they have a scar on them. Like, if their hand's broken and they can't use their hand anymore, then that's going to mess up their life.
Well, if she drains their wallets to the point where they have to go through bankruptcy proceedings, that could have long-standing financial consequences.
Yes, I like this. I like this comment. I have never consented to feminism, yet here we are. Exactly. I was never asked if I agree with it or approve of it. No, it was just shoved down our throats in society, everywhere.
Consequences to them.
I'm asking her, has that like ever happened? Like, do you know of any
has
scenarios?
that shit on her page.
I know, but do you know of any scenarios where someone has gone into bankruptcy or has gone into something like that?
That's part of the kink.
They
gave an example. What was the example you gave where it was like...
They want to give the graduation money from their kids. These men will go to it's an addiction. They will do absolutely everything, and they won't... some guys won't even eat. Oh, I'll just send you like my lunch dinner money, and I'm sure like you've had that, and that I feel like is your responsibility to see like you need help. Like if somebody was gonna, you brought up the example of physical pain. Like if somebody was like, hey, I'm willing to be cut. Can you like cut me or break my pinky bone? I'd be like, let's send you to the doctor. Let's dive deeper into that.
I have definitely denied requests. And also I've definitely ignored a lot of messages.
I do have to let this chat come through, but we'll come right back to it. We have Desert
Judge donated $200.
Thank you, Desert Jorge.
Okay, let's cut through the nonsense. When a man does something bad, it's all men are bad. When a woman does something bad, it's woman empowerment and all good.
Yep. This exactly. If I did something bad, everyone that I know, well, maybe not everyone I know, but in society, everyone would be like, oh, she just did the bad thing. She's not actually bad. But it's not the same for men. With men, they can do a bad thing, and nobody looks at the bad thing and be like, oh, they just did that thing. It's instantly a marker on that guy forever to be like, he's a misogynist. He is a racist. He is, insert whatever. And he is that. Instead of it being he is a good guy, but did a bad thing. Nobody looks at it that way. But with women, it's completely different.
Actual hypocrisy on display.
Yeah, and Rachel brought up something, Desert Jorge, thank you for that. With Sabrina Carpenter, Rachel brought up that is a really good topic because it goes beyond just at the concert. She's got that, what's the title of the song?
Man-child.
Man-child.
Yeah.
So yeah, she is alluding to men being stupid and useless and all this sort of thing. But even going a little bit deeper, in many of her music videos, not just that video, she like physically assaults and even kills men. Yeah. And it is like getting to a deeper level of analysis where it's like
pretty pathological.
She is kind of I think there's a bit more depth there in terms of the misandrist messaging that she's putting out.
It dehumanizes men.
What about
not a very
Yeah, so what if there was a male musician that did a video or a song that was like demonizing women or hurting women or any of that kind of thing? They would instantly be like, there would be riots, there would be picketing, there would be like the boycotting, whatever. But it's totally fine the opposite way. All I'm seeing with a lot of this video is that there's just a lot of double standards. And these women don't seem to actually understand that it's a double standard or care that it's a double standard. They just, well, I'm a woman and I'm oppressed and I'm so unhappy because it's so unfair. That's all I see. That's all I see. And it's stupid because none of these women are oppressed in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, I don't know. So far, I guess I still have my rights. I guess.
very large scale to young
What about
girls who are really impressionable.
Yeah, well, also, we'll get to that, but really quick with Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter also at an award ceremony, because I think, look, you're going to bring up rap, and I think in the artistic expression itself, I don't think you can still make a criticism, but there's more leeway. But she was doing, well, hold on. Well, I think it's fair for both, in both directions, that in artistic expression, there's a bit more leeway given than like, but she was giving a speech at an award ceremony, and she said that the key, essentially, I'm not verbatim here, the key to writing a hit song is you should call all men stupid in your song. That's basically what she said, right? Well, she did in fact say that, but there's some surrounding context that's irrelevant. And it's like, that's going a little further into like anti-male sentiment, but
I'm just begging all the men on Sabrina Carpenter's tour who handle her stage, her lights, her audio, all of you men that put together her whole show, when she starts doing that song, just shut it all down.
There you go.
Just shut it all off and go, what now?
What now?
All the men are useless and stupid, or would you like us to turn your concert back on?
wait, really quick, let me just do a few shout outs.
Yeah, I see. Again, nowhere in the video did they talk about what rights we don't have. So, I don't know. I guess we still have rights today, ladies. We still have rights today. Yeah. I don't really think that most of society realizes or cares about all of these double standards. And all this showed was that when the topic was brought up, women segue to all the different other ways that they quote unquote think something is, or how they feel something is, and don't actually explain why the original point is an issue for them. But yeah, this is my first video, and I hope you like it. And again, thank you.